Via Gaming. Welcome back, everybody. My name is Sam, and this is Via Gaming, where we are now continuing our Ender Lilies playcast. That is a Let's Play podcast. So please sit back, watch, listen, and enjoy. So last time, we unlocked the youthful Hamlet spirit, which is the Thumper. We're gonna call him Thumper. He's cool. I like him. And we also unlocked fast traveling, so we can now get from bench to bench much quicker. We've yet to unlock the enhanced tab, but I'm sure that'll be remedied here soon enough. And running to the right of the bench here, we have another story item. The Parishway number 2. Soldiers of the nation rose to face the blighted, but struggled in vain. In the end, the prayers of the woman in white saved the kingdom. Her words, the only thing capable of purifying and stopping the blighted. Revered by the people, this woman came to be known as the White Priestess. So at this point, I think our main character actually is White Priestess Lily or something, because in Groa's letter, it referred to her. Or no, not in Groa's. In one of the letters, it specifically said White Priestess Lily. But then in the flashback of Sigrid, it said that Lily was like the sister of the White Priestess. So I'm still deeply confused on like what the heck is going on. Maybe some people actually know who the White Priestess is, and maybe some of them don't. You know, maybe like the true White Priestess is like a hidden figure or something. Or maybe I'm giving it too much credit and overthinking things like usual. I do that. I tend to do that a lot. So this is a forest that is like half submerged in water. And we have all these little witch characters here that spew out magic, and they are horribly annoying. They're a lot harder to kill than the other characters, the other enemies, because they use a ton of ranged attacks that track you, or they fly above you and then rain down little purple spells and everything. So I had a lot of trouble if I would just use Slasher, but thankfully Sigrid has a fantastic aerial attack right there. Oh, it's so good. It's so good at killing these guys. So one combo of Sigrid and then one combo of Slasher would take out the flying witches. So that was nice. That became my bread and butter for taking out those flying witches. I think they're witches. I don't really know. It doesn't actually give these enemies like a name or anything. I'm sure if I looked up on Wiki, it would like show up or something. But I ain't gonna do that. We'll just call the flying ones, you know, like the flying witches. And then the ones on the ground witches. That's good enough. Or maybe purple and red witches. Purple ones are in the air. Red ones are on the ground. Well, yeah, we'll go with that. We'll go with the color scheme. These red ones ended up being kind of a problem because you could dodge through their spells and everything, but by the time you did, they would have another spell coming at you already. So you have to time it just right to get through, get an attack in, and then dodge again. Or you can try like jumping over the first one and then getting an attack in and then dodging through the second one and everything. Either way, it's a real pain, and Thumper came in real handy with this because he's the longest range attack that I have. So kudos, Thumper. Big preach, man. At this point, I wasn't sure whether to go right or down because I always want to go the path that ends sooner. You know, if there's like the main path and the side path, I always take the side path first. I'm like, all of us do. Like, all gamers do that. Oh, I broke that stupid flower for no reason. I didn't need to do that. I had full health and full prayers. I didn't need to break it. And I really could have used that later on, you'll see. Oh, this area gave me so much trouble. Because the way that it's stacked up is like, the entire game so far has just been on flat ground with like maybe one ledge to jump onto to get to more flat ground. But here, it's like, you got very little area to stand on. There's water everywhere. There's rises and falls and everything. And all of that makes it really hard to actually get these attacks off. This one dude here, this guy gave me so much trouble. Way more than the bosses have so far. He was in the perfect place to just screw me over time and time again. His spells track, so I can't stay in place. I have to keep on jumping and dodging and moving, and I have to wait for the cooldown of Thumper to actually attack him, and he keeps using that stupid green poison cloud to keep me out of range so I can't even get close to him. Otherwise, it takes down like half my health in one attack. Oh my gosh, that one guy was so infuriating. I spent so much time trying to kill him. Oh. Thankfully, I don't think the rest of them were quite as bad as that, because look, this is now flat ground and everything, and I believe this character here, the one to the left of these red witches. That's actually the the enemy that we fought in the first episode, where she like spun the thing over her head and made like the swirlies come up, and then on the other side of her was the amulet. She was guarding an amulet in that basement tunnel room. I think that's what she is. And so I saw that, I was like, oh shoot, here we go, another fight and everything. But then we go over there, but there is still so much to be done. And you get a stagnant blight, which apparently is used to enhance skills. It basically, you go back to the bench, take a respite, and you can level up your souls and stuff, your spirits. So yeah, we're going to go ahead and do that here in a bit. So what do you guys think of this game so far? Because I am really liking it. I went to bed last night thinking, I want to play more. I just want to play more. But I keep playing it in 15-minute increments, because after I play it, then I record the audio and everything, and then I can play the next 15 minutes and whatnot. So it's taking me forever to get through it, but like, oh man, I want to binge this game so much. Have you guys played this yet? If you have, like, let me know how you like it, because I just love it. Man, at this point, I started getting just wrecked. Look at that. I have no health at this point and no more heals. I was so paranoid. I would make sure to start taking my time, going slow, and just waiting for the moments in between their attacks and everything. And I had to wait for that cloud to go away. If I died in that cloud after I killed the character, I would have just been so upset. But I had no idea when the next bench was, and I was debating whether or not to go back to the previous bench. But I was like, you know what? No, I don't want to bother with that. And like, I got stuff to record. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna push ahead and master this game, take the chance, and reach the next bench. So you'll see how that goes here in a little bit. This purple witch almost got me. If I hadn't have divin out of the way at the last second, she would have gotten me. And I've yet to find out what happens whenever you die. So what I'm assuming is, you know, you go back to the last bench, and then you probably have to pick up whatever you dropped or something, because that's the way Salt and Sanctuary worked, and that's the way that Hollow Knight worked, and this kind of is, you know, similar to that. So you probably drop something, maybe the 6 levels on the top left and whatnot, but I mean, I don't really know, because other than that experience, you don't really pick up anything. So maybe they'll actually break the trend of having to go back to where you... And that thing, oh my gosh, that thing freaked me out in the water there. It was some little swamp monster. I kind of had a quarter of my eye because I was focused on the purple witch. And I was like, I kind of want to go back in the water and figure out what it is. But I wasn't going to risk it because like, I'm so low on health. On the stupid dogs, I hate those dogs, but you can trick them into jumping in the water and just straight up killing themselves and drowning. Flower! Yes, I finally got a flower so I can heal. Oh, that gave me some much needed breathing room. I felt so much more comfortable after finding that. But yeah, these dogs, you can just abuse the ledge, and they go in the water. Bye! They can't do anything about it. It's fantastic. They're running too fast, too quick, and they can't stop in time. Oh man. And reviewing back this footage, I just now learned what the pots do. I broke them, and I got 2 attacks back for each of my abilities. So that's really nice. I was wondering how I wasn't running out, because in between benches, I felt like I was using way more than 13 mace swings, yet I never seemed to run out. And that's why. I never noticed I was actually getting those back, because I kept on having to fight these things, all these dogs and enemies and everything, that I could never pay attention to my little my HUD. So there, yeah, I got 2 more. So I think 1 pot is 1 attack per skill, which is so nice and necessary, because otherwise I wouldn't have been able to get this far. Oh man, I was so paranoid at this part because I wasn't sure if there were any more swamp monsters swimming around in there, and I kind of wanted to find out, but I wasn't gonna risk it. And I wasn't sure if I could make this jump either, so I'm like, I'm gonna have to swim if I miss this. Oh, thankfully I actually made it though. Oh my gosh, I was so nervous. I was like, if I'm in the water, I don't think I can actually take on one of those swamp dudes. I can't swim. I can't go down in the water, and I can attack when I jump. I don't know if I can attack while I'm in the water. So I was like, I'm not about to find out. No, thank you. And now I just completely whiffed on that mace swing. Oh my gosh. I swear I was pushing right. Apparently Lily didn't think so though. So have you guys heard what's going on down in Texas? Apparently a ton of people are just losing power because it's so cold. Their generators are like freezing. They're like wind turbines, getting too much ice on them. They're not spinning. Their nuclear power plant is like the sensor on it got frozen, so it shut everything down, which, by the way, is like how it's supposed to work, you know? Nuclear power is actually so much more safe than it has ever been. It used to be that there was one rod that would like steam the water and generate power and everything, but now it requires a rod and a catalyst. The rod won't work without a catalyst, so if anything ever goes wrong, they just separate the two and it becomes inert and nothing happens. So the chance of failure is like so minuscule nowadays. It's like completely safe and so renewable and so just eco-friendly. It's honestly the best way to generate power, but because people are afraid of nuclear power and everything, it just sounds scary and whatnot. But it really isn't. But anyways, Texas, like it's all going to poop. Like they've all like lost power, having blackouts, and like we've been getting 10 inches of snow here, but we haven't lost power or anything. I can't imagine what they're having to go through. Man, those poor people. Thank goodness we finally got another bench. Oh my gosh. I was running on such low health for so long. I had no idea where the next one would be. But this new area looks so cool. Just look at that tree. It looks so beautiful. If you've seen, what's it, Kimetsu no Yaiba? Demon Slayer? The anime? It reminds me of those wisteria trees that they have in that show. Bright and beautiful and purple and everything. It's supposed to like keep demons away and whatnot. So I'm wondering if that's the purpose of this tree here. Also, so right now what I'm doing is I'm going through my menu and choosing which one to level up. I decided to go with the Thumper as a level up because it not only increases his attack damage, but it also decreases the cooldown on it. And I was having a lot of trouble with those witches because the cooldown was so long. I had to wait for them to attack several times before I could finally attack back. So having hit Thumper on a shorter cooldown, I feel like would be super useful. Even though his move isn't all that flashy, it's just solid, you know? But yeah, I bet there's going to be a thing in this game about how this tree like protects this area and makes it like a haven. Coven Handbook. The Coven is a place for sorcerers who seek deeper knowledge of magic and the abyss. We help the jointly established White Parish and aid in blighted eradication when needed. You must meet the approval of multiple sorcerers to join. Research into forbidden arts such as necromancy, wielding a weapon in a tower, and leaking information to other nations is prohibited. Oh yeah, we're finally getting to the magic. That's my jam. You know it. I'm not sure if I chose the right path though, because I went right, but going up was probably the side path.
There exists a place known as the Coven somewhere beneath us. The path forward may be flooded, but we must go on. We must!
I just keep changing his accent. I don't know what he is at this point. All I know is that the slasher, he's actually not from the same land as Lily here. He's from beyond the, what's it called? Land's End? I think where we are currently is called Land's End, the nation of it or something. And he's from beyond that. Why is it that zombie birds, no matter what the game it is, are like the most annoying thing? These guys are worse than the witches because they fly around up high, so I can't get to them without Sigrid, basically. I have to use Sigrid to get these guys. I can't use Thumper at all. And I can only use Slasher whenever they get low enough. And they launch their attacks so stinking fast. They're so fast. Why are they so fast? They're not witches. They're birds. They're birds. At least they're not geese. Geese jack up anybody that comes by their path. I've seen those videos on YouTube. I know what happens. These are just crows, so they're at least manageable. But geese, they'll take over the world someday. You don't know what they're capable of. So if you guys are enjoying this style of video I'm making, this series, let me know in the comments or by hitting the like button, or if you want to stay up to date, like subscribe, because I'm trying to make content that you guys enjoy and I'm trying to reach more people. It's really hard to grow a channel from, 30 subscribers and everything. But if I can just get the ball rolling, I know we can make it big and stuff. So I would really appreciate your feedback. It really, really does a lot for me. So thanks guys. Thanks for being cool. So down here, the character, that reminds me, if you ever played Last of Us, the fungus growth, that grows, what's that called? I don't remember what it's called. Cordyceps, yeah. The clickers and stuff, the mushrooms that grow on their face. That's what I think those little witches are modeled after. I think they took some inspiration from Last of Us. But their little attack noise, that zing, that seems like out of place compared to all the other sound designs and everything. And we got another amulet fragment, yay! So we get more health. But yeah, the little noise that they make before they attack, it's really distinct, so you know when they're doing it, but it just sounds, it doesn't sound like it belongs, I guess. That attack was cool, that little like fire whirlwind thing. But you're no match for Sigrid, sucker! And now that we've finally reached the backside of this door, we got a shortcut! Yay! At first, I didn't even know that those chains were able to be stood on. I thought they were part of the background. They didn't look that distinct at all. You guys can subscribe if you want to keep up to date on my videos, keep track of them and everything. And I will catch you guys next time in the next episode of the Ender Lilies Playcast. Have a wonderful day. Bye!